but it is the first map of our semi-finals between sAw and Monte here at ESL Challenger Katowice. We start with Ancient.
And we start with a fast B execute coming through from Monte. They've got a plan, they will execute and get the bomb down fast. Now with this, the return from sAw should be 3 through Cheetah, but there's also the same amount inside B house. This is going to be a brawl as they start to move back over. U-Jerks will fall, and right next to him, Muris is in the ground. Krasl and Hades a trade, but Agile still has a lot to do. Diha needs to be overcome, and K around the corner will take him down. Demka exchanges. It's madness in the B house.
Yeah, I mean, a great read. You can see sAw very focused on trying to take those fights in through middle, and Monte just taking the space.
Re-smoke out from Muris as well. This timing is fantastic. If they want to commit into B, it's going to be going into these close range pistols. Roman, there he comes out. U-Jerks right there next to him. So much damage on already. Monte dispersed, but he'll have to worry about Agil coming in on the flank, threatening away with the MP9, but he's dropped off and waits now. Demka, this skill is vital, and even with it being lost, even with it being found, it would have been difficult. Kai just no longer has the time to make his way over to the A side and get the bomb down. Even if Muris lost the duel, just wouldn't matter. Monte wait too long, they're smoked off too many times, and they're overrun.
And a great decision from sAw to just play passive. Monte waited, looking for that aggression. They're maybe expecting a player like Roman, who's getting fired up, it seems, to get aggressive out through Cheetah. It's very much in his repertoire. Story's in such a good position to just retain mid control. It is isolated. It can be a bit of a nuisance, but yeah, you see, that's one of the problems. Sound Q given over, Story can take the off angle, but he also can't escape.
My guy. That's a nice shot with the Tech 9. Look, Monte have done a good job of resetting the pace in a 4v4 where sAw actually don't have any utility at all. They will be relying purely on firepower. So this round's not gone, especially when you consider Kai is supposed to be the one leading the front lines. But the flashbang, oh, that's going to change things. Delays them even further. U-Jerks must have spotted him receding back, and U-Jerks aggresses forward. The bomb dropped and spotted. Rotations called over, but they might not be needed. Roman shutting them down on the entrance to the site itself. sAw find 2 and might be settling in for the 3rd as well.
Yeah, I mean, just nicely handled.
The smoke out over towards the A side, and maybe I'm lying to you. Maybe it is a fake, because that looks very much like an execute with nothing behind it. Going out onto the A side. Agil is worried. He's scared. There's smokes everywhere. There's fire behind him. This is madness. And he can't engage in it yet. No one to shoot at, but he'll be given that opportunity soon. Kai fights back, though, and Agil put down. Suddenly, this A side has been breached. Rotations are called, but U-Jerks remains. He's still concerned, but for how long?
I mean, he might be close enough to hear the steps in through spawn that they're running back away from B. Can't lower his guard, though. There is still players on the extremities. Monte are in that A bomb site, but Demka getting a following frag. Bomb still needs to rendezvous with him, and U-Jerks has been able to catch a player at elbow. The late lurk through B, maybe too late, in fact. Muris continuing to apply pressure on A.
And he can cut the bomb off over here. If that happens, around is lost. Diha has a timing where Muris is turned around, and that's exactly what he uses. U-Jerk, suddenly a round of possibilities has dwindled to nil. Unless Krasl taken down, but he doesn't have the HP to contest this any longer.
Yeah, just too much damage in that fight. This round was very weird.
Yeah.
You know, Monte, I don't think themselves felt very comfortable at any given point. Jiggle out from elbow. Monte have spotted that there is presence inside of that red room.
Did Story spot him, though?
No.
Yeah.
It is one-way information, but that's a missed smoke. That is not ideal. He can still challenge round that, especially with Muris continuing to fight himself. Story is going to take that risk, and Hades blissfully unaware. The trade back there from Demka is good, and Kai getting his frag over on the B extremity, but Roman brings it back to 2-on-2. There are still players here for sAw on both A and B, and Agil's still hesitant about making that rotate over, given the presence in middle earlier.
When the bomb starts to be planted, remember, Krasl's already gone backwards to the back of the box, but he will come through to reinforce, and that's what Roman is hoping to capitalize on. Demka stays safe. This spotting will be crucial. Does he stay near the bomb plant? Oh, spots out the shadow, but that's what Krasl is safeguarding for. Agile feels like he has to fight and move forward. There won't be a buy for sAw here, so saving has merit, but how much? A grenade goes deep, flash overhead. It will not blind either one of them. And Monte, take it away. And of course, he is the prodigal son of Polish Counter-Strike in many ways. Hoping to take it to greener pastures than it has been in a while. Roman, however, that incendiary does not go where it's supposed to, but the bullets do. He stays alive, he gets the kill, and that is perfection, but he might not be able to save his life. Jumping around the acrobatics at his age. Goddamn, Roman, give me your flexibility.
He's like a
routine.
professional dodgeball player. I was juking and weaving, they couldn't find him. That is actually fantastic that Roman's been able to escape somehow.
They are going to now be going into the B side without any flashes, though, because they were worried about Story. So even Story just being there has got some massive implications for the end of this round. The sAw execute comes through, but Roman's already doubled up on his frags. Ujurx has backup. That's Muterus, and with no backup needed with that kind of farmer spray, Diha's all alone in the 1 versus 4. They go from the 4v5 to only getting 1 kill. That's the problem.
There were layers there to that defense for sAw, and Monte fall right into that trap. They would have benefited from a flashbang, though, for sure.
Diha wants flashes over here as he's scaling in, but they've now gone silent. The return flashes mean Roman comes out on top, and Ujurx on the side is hoping to continue to sneak around this billowing smoke. Roman distracts. The flash is fantastic. Flash is fantastic. He's just blind. Kai can't do anything. Agil gets a kill. Muterus now comes into play. Roman continues to peek forward to let Ujurx straight, and he does it twice.
2 more rounds in this half. sAw could
really doesn't realize Diha was sitting behind, and now he wants to get up ahead of the smoke and see if he can chase down that donut player. He turns around, but Agil comes alive and then very soon stops being alive. That's unfortunate. Roman and Ujurx, so on the other side, are hoping to unalive some of the sAw members. This 4 versus 3 for Monte, rather the Monte members. This 4 versus 3 for Monte might end up escalating, though. Ujurx found, and he's not the player who's normally there, so they're very concerned about Roman's presence. They are seemingly wise to it. Roman being sandwiched from either side, and right now he is getting sweaty and bloody.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain Kai actually spotted Roman get to those doors just as the smoke faded, and, you know, good awareness for him to have cleared the close cubby all the same. Story still here, though, with that AWP 1 on 4. He would have to pull through, and Hades does lock down the round here for Monte. Nice awareness, nice reads. I think just because there was that quick smoke to cave or cheetah, it was actually Muterus thought you could take the lane fight first, and smoke didn't obviously go far enough round into elbow.
Ooh, Story forced off.
Good damage.
Damage is fantastic on a Diha, yeah. Double man set up inside cave, and they might want to try and re-crunch down middle. The problem is not middle, the Roman doesn't get the kill. Kai around the corner, Roman now gets 2! That's a good time.
Yeah, how's he managed to get away with that? That is murderous. And the intent here is still to move into this A bomb site. sAw getting that Molotov down, so the plant is not guaranteed. Monte are pumping the brakes, though. They'll tap, they will wait for spam, but there is nothing giving here for sAw. Hades, a missed opportunity, and Demka, I mean, he gets his 1, but Muterus has found a double. The meanwhile, a near impossible round for Hades to win.
Oh, no.
They are kissing inside of this smoke, and Hades must be aware of it at some point. He's getting blocked to high hell. He cannot make his move. Muterus stands as a bodyguard to CT.
Cases in the smoke aren't going to help Hades win the round, though. He doesn't get any sweet nothings back. It's only bullets. Another missed shot, and it's 7 for sAw. They are in the lead and happy to extend in that second half.
There's a lot of movement, though, from the Portuguese in through mid. They get position into Donut. CT smoke is not ideal. There is a gap around it. And sAw are still positioned with the bomb outside of B.
Damka would have been in a great spot over here, but Krasl shuts down Ujurx. The bomb can go down, but keep an eye out on Roman. He likes to get tricky, but right now his tricks have been spotted out. Hades forces him back, but Story's still covering out this cross. Between him and Angel, they could take control of this site or care of this site completely on their own. At least that's what the hope is. 2 versus 5, though, never easy, especially with Hades hitting shots like that. Story covers off, but not for long, and he will be taken down. Now Roman on the rotate back needs to try and do what he can. Muterus in an impossible situation. No way for him to stop that bomb from being defused, and, well, he can't really get too many kills either. Monte find another pistol round.
Yeah, they really tried to fake out
sAw are also hoping that Diha overcommits back into Red Room and that can be their actual first point of contact. But a deep smoke to CT reveals intentions. Muris now spotted. Hades as well. Forced away, but the site fights will go the way of Monte. For now, the mid side has been sanctioned off. Ujer should be falling, but not before he gets another kill. Muris has done the same, and now they're trying to go back to B, but they're not going to make it there in time. There's no way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you just can't round that corner in time. And yeah, Ujer just did the calculation himself. Even if he had been able to get out, the chances are you just die. Monte were also foot racing them back to that B bomb site.
Am I their lucky charm? Diha trying to smoke them off. Flashbangs will sail past him. He's got a fair fight, and then some Ujerks turned around for that one. So saw's reforce up with the two Galils. Well, Galil and M4 saved. Krasnal we'll be hoping to continue to shut them down. Roman, however, wins out the MAC-10 battle. Now, with this, the B site is completely empty. Finally, saw's machinations have worked out, and they will be collecting on a bomb site, but can they actually complete the round? This is where they struggle on the pistol as well. You're going to see Diha trying to accelerate up through middle. Roman needs to take this fight, and he will be blind, and this time Kai can fight back. There's still an MP9 to worry about, and Agel's doing good work, but not enough of it. That leaves Muris alone. The gun in his hands is the right one, but it's not going to be able to do the job. Monte again recover on that B site.
Yeah, I mean, you needed a kill on that MAC-10 at long. Once again, Monte not overplaying their hand. Hades is peering in through mid and sees that there's just a complete absence from that T side.
Oh, okay. That's exactly what you want to see. Ujerks taking matters into his own hand. The aggressor of sAw now moves back to the site for a double and make it 3. He's not done yet, but maybe he is when Kai puts him down. Unfortunately, a single point of response is not enough to counter out a triple entry.
We'll have some residual cash, but they also suffered quite a few casualties in their run back here on the CT side, so it's not exactly an ideal buy. Kai, only M4 they bring into the round, finds an opener, and they can safely retreat too.
It's also a little bit scary because of how fast Diha can come over and reinforce over here. If Krasnal gets even one kill and Kai just chooses to completely bait him out, he'll have another player to try and bounce off of as well. Krasnal, though, has to get his job done. And Muris is watching out for it. It will not matter. That's the one kill they needed. Kai peeks out early, and he's done more than his fair share. Another kill and 96 damage onto Agil. This round is impossible now for sAw unless Roman can pull a rabbit out of his hat. And he's looking for that rabbit. That's a bomb. Never mind. At the same time, sAw have been trying to throw a lot of fakes so far. One player could have thrown all of this utility. Monte could still be second-guessing, but they decide against it. Doubling up inside Temple, 15 seconds on the clock, and Roman's position given away. The bomb committed, but not completely. Roman loses the duel, and that means Agil never stands a chance. Guns can be recovered. Monte have stolen a massive win. Is the plan right now to take over B lane? That grenade certainly makes you think so. Kai closing the distance. Ujer is fully flashed up, double swing, and Kai shuts him down. Roman now behind the smoke, looks to recover and will find it. Pushes the CTs back, but do they realize how isolated he is? Maybe not. Full red room control gained by sAw in exchange. And that's a good place to be, but not with Roman dying. And dying without getting too much information either. They don't know how many players are on that A bomb site. They don't know what could be in B. Story looks to try and find information. But if you lose him, it's going to be a 4-on-2.
The thing is, sAw are anticipating there to be a reaction from Monte that they're going to keep pushing for information. And so they freeze inside of red. And sure, Story is clearing out this A bomb site, but your bomb is stuck in that red room and potentially prevented from making that cross. Hades was supposed to serve as the safeguard. Demka spam looks pretty on point, but there is boxed cover that will allow the plant in. So are a man down for this post plant. But Demka is the only one with a kit here on Monte. You have to keep an eye on that for, given the fact that Agil is still playing close on this rotate.
Gotta see Agil put in the work right now. They're not gonna be throwing any flashes. A double kill is necessary. Good for one, but not the second. Story, a multi-kill now on his shoulders instead. Instead, he does have a Molotov. I don't think he wants to use it, especially with the smoke down. They tap away on the bomb. Story will have to reveal his position. Now they know. Now they hunt, but they will not hunt long enough. Story stays alive. He keeps on spraying. There's no longer time, and sAw are saved.
Oh,
1 HP as well.
There will be one survivor on 1 health. Another buy where they have an AK or 1 rifle, but they've added a second one to it. Krasnal, wow! That's an extended spray, but they can't quite wrangle their own control of it. Krasnal, a double kill, and now as well the follow-up from Kai. We might have back-to-back round losses for sAw where they lose to these lower buys.
This entire half has just been 4 spies. I don't think we've seen a single eco yet. And if sAw lose here, frankly, that's the right decision for them as well. Monte keep 4 alive, Michael.
Yeah.
Well, most teams are better without one.
Also, this is the first ult we've seen the whole half, I think. So,
and credit to Hades, he's really picked it up because he was having a terrible first half. Demka as well, and Demka's hoping to continue that form. Now, though, that's not how you do it. Roman and Story, double entries, and Hades to respond. Great shot on the back, and Diaz here to cover off as well. Hades will continue to swing, maybe more found by Diha. Yes, indeed.
good kill though from Story. Hades trying to keep eyes on this A bomb site given that his teammate was smoked off, but brings it back to 2-on-2. Bomb recovered now by Story. They have to be conscious of the flank. Kai's containing them, and right now it doesn't seem to be predicted at all here from sAw. Yeah, back exposed. Muterus is a free kill. You need another Story clutch.
A 1v2 when he's already got the double kill, including the opener. How much can you ask of this man? But it's more about how much he can deliver. A smoke down. Diha thinks he has security, but he doesn't! Story! Taking them down one more time!
Well, it's those two ex-Ents players that did find the kills back for also Hades on his rotate.
Yeah.
Kind of alleviated that pressure for Diha to commit to his swing. sAw pumping up the tempo straight into this B bomb site. They'll go. It's Muterus that leads the way, but Monte were holding hairline angles, so they can't actually prevent the cross the site.
Double Molotov out, and User's closing the distance with the Galil! Entries required, and he will deliver. Now suddenly Monte in a position where saving is certainly tenable. It might even be optimal. But not with Diha getting that kill. Unfortunately, he commits so hard. And it really comes down to Hades. The flank, good for one. Can it be good for more? No. Story with the recovered AWP. We'll be able to put him to bed.
Yeah, and Diha's not going to feel confident going in for this on 24 health.
All right. The call is to save. Diha, oh dear, he's lost his teammate, but he'll take that trade. All right.
I guess Muterus just couldn't see him around the Molotov. Diha, as much as he might have missed the opening move. Armin is finding some room over towards B, and that is where the bomb is as well.
Inside the smoke.
Yeah, they are inside the smoke, but he has a USP. It's not looking likely he finds kills, but Krasnal swings with his dualies. It does decent damage. In fact, it's Diha that comes in with his USP. Ujerx has to stand his ground. There's reinforcements coming, but Agil a little delayed, and Diha will be naded out. It's Hades on an AK. Still could pull this clutch out.
Position given away, though, and it is time to retreat. Yeah.
Oh? He
does have a kit.
He picked it up off of Diha.
Is he? Oh my god, he's hoping that sAw are going to be caught on the retreat. They're not going to be. Agil moves back in for the AWP, and that's what guarantees a round.
That might be the worst way for that to have developed, actually.
sAw, already having won a 13-11 Ancient to get them to this point in the tournament, are hoping to close right now with the same scoreline. Story up at the ready, spots them out, and Monte have crumbled. A CT side performance that made them feel comfortable, but their comfort is gone, and their map pick should be as well.
Fantastic hold, exactly what Monte were going to do, and it will be a 13-11 close here for sAw on Monte's map pick. But second map here in our first semi-final of the day, it is Monte versus sAw here on Nuke. Maybe the last map that Monte play in the tournament, but they have to show that they are made of better stuff here on the CT side start. And already a great siege here from sAw. They've broken into that A bomb site. They've got the plant immediately, but Krasnal and dHa do have utility for this retake.
Muris is trying to cover off Agil and keep him alive for a little while longer. Krasnal's incendiary might not be all that relevant over here, unless he deploys it right underneath him. Krasnal still not using it. Roman and Story just take down the players, and with that, you've lost out your util unless it can be recovered. I don't feel like it can. Looked like it might have dropped off the side of the building. Story, meanwhile, looks for more fights, and he will collect on them. So Monte, not even given a chance to mount up a defense.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have a kit either for when they went for this retake, but given that they had that molly and smoke, they clearly had a plan for it if they weren't going to try and deploy it and stop sAw from getting into the site. Demka had some chances to get some kills at the end, but no loss of life here for sAw in the pistol round. A very smooth start already to this T side.
They're still bloody well good on it.
Yeah, and you know, as much as there is star power on Monte, they have players that have looked good at different tenures on this map. They need to be able to show good composure when they're losing so many close rounds, but they were lethal on these force buys on Ancient. This time Ujerk's very aware, will not get caught out by dHa trying to play around smokes.
Muris will find Demka as well, so the force by warfare and madness seems to be limited to Ancient. At least that's what we hope. Krasnal's demise does at least make things a little bit less likely to transpire, but with the bomb being underneath Kai, at least he should be able to find a bit more damage. Smoke down to fake it out, but the sound cue's not enough. Story always prepared. Kai's in position. Hades over here to cover off as well. Hades has to be careful though. The first shot is going to be absolutely critical, otherwise Kai's life is forfeit. It's a 1-for-1 at best. Hades is closing the distance. Kai gets one, and that's exactly what you were concerned about, but at least Hades can re-swing forward. Muris, though, has also made sure that with his kill onto Krasnal, who was pushing out through those doors. dHa. Muris found. Agil, position known. He knows that it hasn't dropped down, and for some reason, dHa doesn't have a gun anymore.
Yeah.
He dropped it down to the hut, picks it up again, maybe looking for style points, but he needs to look for that round win. Hades playing it off, Agil spotted out. Now Agil takes him. Could be another. dHa saves a very precarious round.
Yeah, that gets very awkward. I don't know what dHa did to fumble, or whether he was going for a weird trick shot. Of course, only one survivor, so it comes at pretty heavy cost to the following.
This money is awful for them. They don't have a kit. They have 3-4 weapons, and now it's a fast play, but that's not what sAw wanted. Demka getting one. Krasnal could have finished off the second, but Agil stays alive. That life is temporary. Demka adds 2 more to his tally. Muris and Story now left in a position where resetting is certainly possible, but this kill on a Mustang will not be found. dHa fires back, and Story all alone. A man who can do a lot on his own, let's not forget. Ancient very heavily credited to his performance. And he is looking to make that 6-1 and 8-1.
Made the right choice as well, not just immediately trying to dive down those vents. Of course, bomb had to be recovered as well. See Hades locking down that rotate. But these players are separated.
Story knows that dHa could have gone backwards. He spots him out, but he doesn't react in time. Story taken down, and dHa looks like a demon right now.
A man that has turned the ship around on his career, where many were thinking he wouldn't be able to put up the numbers even. And he had a turbulent start, dipping away from that Ents roster, but he has certainly found his confidence again.
Tech9 to close the distance. Ujerk will not have any of those entry shenanigans, but his body has been used to bounce the flash off of. They're lost inside the smoke somehow. Guy comes out on top, and he's even able to reload for another.
And even if Kai died, there was a player right behind him. They pushed into lobby. Muris, late lurk outside, will be sussed out. I don't know how Kai's gotten away with that. Yeah, I mean, great stalling there from Monte. Blew open the smokes a few times. The spam as well from Demka was very disruptive. sAw don't have those extra smokes to re-engage, but they are still finding kills outside. dHa gets his head ripped clean off, and they still have access to those secret steps as well. Can think about wrapping back to spawn, but Kai sussed out round the smoke. 2-man advantage here for sAw. And you can see Krasnal trying to reposition, keep tabs on the progress that sAw could maybe even wrap this A bomb site.
Oh no. I wonder if that was on purpose. But Agil giving away audio will at least make Krasnal feel suspicious. The lower bomb site only protected by one. It's Hades. Lies in wait. He's, of course, a bit more concerned about what could come over towards him from the secret tunnel. Krasnal found out and brought down. Agil has successfully eliminated his foe. And with Monte split up 1-1, even saving seems unlikely. The hunt is on before the bomb is even planted. Demka not spotted out, though. Hades as well, hidden away.
I mean, they don't have a kit, and you can see Hades just trying to find an escape path, and he will succeed in doing so. This is a save call here from Monte. Great job there from sAw, getting those entries towards outside, and also leaving Agil behind as they regrouped towards ramp, serving as kind of like checkpoint player, just to make sure there wasn't re-aggression, information being gathered there from Monte, and it does punish.
Hades this time over will be taking over Kai's position. What is Kai up to in the meanwhile? Wants to try and reinforce elsewhere, but Diha is the one called to order, but the order is gone. Story's chaos prevails. Muterus, in he goes, spots out one, but Kai will be able to trade it away, but can't cover off for the second. Story continues to come through with the AWP. The gap between him and Hades, the highlight, is just becoming all too prominent. Story right now has taken over this game.
Oh, and Krasnal found out just probing into Hut. They needed something back, but even now saving these weapons may prove to be an impossibility. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get away with these rifles.
They shouldn't. And are they checking? Hades, will he turn around over here? No, he'll jump up and it won't matter. Roman even finishes off with a clean little spray. Still wants to end their tail here. He doesn't find anyone, that's the problem. So immediately recede backwards without actually conceding any of that ramp room pressure that they've been putting up. Now, Krasnal isn't finished. He's going to end up taking over the A-bomb site on his own and let Demka and Hades on outside see if they can find fight. Story will be the trade. Diha takes him away. But Hades could not add one more to the tally, so it's still a 4 versus 4. That's where Krasnal comes in. Roman put down, and that man was a menace.
Still has a lot of responsibility. Sole defender really on this A-bomb side. He will lock down the door. Takes a lot of damage for it, but now rotates coming in from heaven. Finally dealt with via U-Jerks, but his attempted retreat down to B is covered off. So it leaves the in-game leader here of the Portuguese squad to try and clutch. 40 seconds, that bomb over at that T-vent, and now he's been spotted. Diha will not give him a clean or a fair fight. It's only feet, but it's defeat for Muterus.
It's all 1-for-1s, and it's all going in the way of Monte.
Yeah, I think sAw were kind of limit testing that round as well, hoping that they could just win a bunch of those fights. You saw the immediate reaction from Door when they lose a player outer. Muterus this time making his way into main, and they were not looking for it. Krasnal didn't realize that was a gap.
It's the last round of the half, and Monte would love to be able to equalize. That's exactly what they're looking to do. Kills everywhere, and what was a very rocky ship has now been finding smoother seas. U-Jerks alone, a 1-on-4, the bomb down on lower. But it's a losing battle. Can he muster up the strength to fight it? No, he can't. Kai puts him down. Monte will take it to 6, and the second half will have evener seas for them. The question is, can they sail out into the horizon even then?
But Monte will not proceed fast. They throw that lurk smoke, but sAw know what's up.
It's an execute for the A side. Muterus could be very problematic over here if Roman and Agil are able to provide even a bit of a defense, and they've done more than that. Muterus comes in from behind, and that's exactly what they were worried about. Demka now down as well. sAw will do exactly as they did in the first half and take away that pistol round, make it look clean.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic setup. Story has ceded a lot of that ground, though, understanding that Garage could have been permeated. Damn, flash timing is a little off the mark. Diha blinded, so he can't progress as fast as they wanted to. Roman jumping for joy as he's finding kill after kill towards main. It's 3 from Roman. Nice sharp shooting, and Agil will sweep up the rest. Monte going and channeling one by one, and these fights are really simple pickings there for sAw.
Early grenade damage will not help. Grastel and company getting ready to accelerate through Hut, spotting out a body, but they can't put it in the ground. Agil behind has diverted away and diverted aggression away as well.
Yeah, Roman's walked through the door. This man is brimming with confidence, but he just shoots too soon. Maybe too big for his boots.
What Monte want to do has been betrayed, but can they still make their way over? Good kill from Agil. Grastel taken down. That's one of the important prongs taken away, and Agil takes out the second as well. What was even Steven now suddenly looks a bit more like a negative Nancy. Monte down 2 versus 4.
You have to be able to punish rounds like this, where you maybe shouldn't have had a fighting chance at it. You get into that 4-on-4 and you just cannot deal with Agil on the top side. They have got this bomb down towards lower, but 20 seconds, they will have to start making their move. They do not have a smoke, and one door is blown open. This makes things a little bit more awkward. They've actually separated themselves. Hades will attempt to cross, but sAw don't have a quick correspondent on that lower side. They may even think that this could be a save call, but now they will start to make their move. They have that big numbers advantage coming back in.
This round looks impossible, but that's just how important it is still. Dia and Hades both at least will be able to force out 2 versus 2s. If they can get these kills without losing their life, it's going to be fantastic, but that's exactly what Muterus knows as well. He's fading away and backing off. Grenades are good. Dia being pursued. Agil in from behind. He doesn't have HP, but he also doesn't have any hesitation. Hades has to do it all. A one-on-one now. Story alone, but on the bomb as he defuses away. Story swings and he meets death. Hades finally delivers, but he does it in style.
And Story didn't have a kit. He had money reserved that he was saving for a rainy day, and had he had that kit, it could have actually been a lot more problematic. He had to tap it. He had to force the fight.
Wall of smokes blooms, but Kai's already ahead of it. Roman's expecting it. He knows that can't be a solo man, so he backs off to the site immediately, being reinforced by teammates. Diha, in the meanwhile, doesn't realize it, but Ujux is down below. Now position revealed, and Diha is trying to replace his opponent's spot. Going back to heaven. Will they suspect it?
They're going for a counteraction instead. They should anticipate that that is a possibility, but they clear in through lobby. They have to suss out Demka. His angle is great, but he takes a headshot straight away, down to 40 HP, and he's just trying to buy time. Maybe get away with another frag, but Ujux will run him down. Man advantage reattained here by sAw, but Diha's good position on A.
And by this point, surely they know. Surely. Grastel, however, can't really cross over without having to contest. Hades finds one more. Grastel is down, but the trade is there. Hades continues to perform, and again, the veterans come into play. Muterus, though, a veteran in his own right now in the ground. That is a fantastic round coming through from Monte. Great job between Demka and Diha. Both of them playing such sneaky spots, but Demka is the one buying time. They find some time, they reset. Hades is able to get their troops rallied together. This time he does it more with his hands and his mind in that 2v4, but is that going to be enough? This round will decide that. Roman looking to dictate the pace, but fully flashed up. That's not helpful. The grenade, however, is, and Grastel, the only responder. Monte have fallen.
This feels like the first half. Every time sAw went for a fast A execute, they also just got completely stuffed. But this is another 2-on-4. sAw are very conscious that they've already lost one of these. Even with that, Muterus is taking space towards outside. He is attempting to wrap and flank in through lobby. So the longer Monte waits, the more they are susceptible to getting shot in the back.
It's a great spot from Story. Funnily enough, Diha took this exact one for one of the big wins coming out from Monte. Story will take down Hades as well. Of course, a 4-on-2, maybe not quite as big, but still important to close out. If that's something that we know for sure. From what, 2 rounds ago, Kai? All alone. 3 more heads to try and take off. Muterus would be the first isolated duel he can look for, but in the meanwhile, it's Heaven that he's more focused on, and he will find the duel, but not the kill. User shuts him down. sAw keep 3 alive. AK is taken forward. They're happy. Hades and Demka have been bumped down to a Deagle and a Galil, respectively. Monte, this is a Hail Mary. This is their last hurrah, and if they won't find anything to cheer for here, well, the tournament might be finished for them now. And here. Out goes Monte into Mini. They've found Muris taken down. Roman as well, fully blind, kept away. This time the spacing much better, but Story comes in with a backstab. Can't make it too. That's where U-Jerks had to deliver, but he cannot put up the numbers.
Once again, playing with some pace, some conviction here on the side of Monte. Just a fast main split.
So I don't really have the stopping power to prevent these players from crossing over from behind those smokes. The spam doesn't do too much either. It will have to be a Story reinforcement, but in the meanwhile, that's a big kill to find. Kai taken down. Muris catches him completely off guard. And with that, Roman can be the first man to rotate into the lower bomb site. The problem is, vents are no longer accessible. Muris will have to do it by getting a flank ready. U-Jerks already here at lower, and Story just watches out for Demka.
Yeah, the fact that U-Jerks has been able to commit to this rotate actually could be very problematic here for Monte as they emerge out from Decon. First kill is clean there from U-Jerks, but Krasnal does find the trade. Smoke down as well that will bridge the cross back to Decon, but Hades is taking initiative and finding bodies too. Story out of the round, and Demka late lurk will activate. They are just honestly stealing this round away from sAw. But it has been steal after steal here for Monte in the second half. They find themselves in a great position to close, much the same as Ancient.
I like that Hades is trying to continue to take these hard angles with the op and outside. They're not throwing those last two smokes that they have just yet. They're letting Deha close the distance. Hades spots out what he can. He doesn't go quite as far as maybe could have, but also doesn't want to lose his life. That's what Deha is looking to find. The initial pick finds Muris, takes him down. Demka needs to be careful. He's going to be aggressive. Bodies turned around. U-Jerk will discover and now look to reinforce. And by cordoning off Hell, there's only one place Monte can go. Back to the A site. Or is it? No, they look to contest, and that's a mistake and a half. U-Jerks comes through, triples up again. The savior of sAw, but the round is not won. Maybe it is now. Story puts away Deha, and overtime as its name written all over this map.
And maybe quieter rounds from U-Jerks so far this map, but none more important than that. And it was the same story on Ancient, a big triple kill from U-Jerks. We were expecting more from U-Jerks and Demka, respectively, on this map. And where U-Jerks has had that crazy impact already just to force it into OT. Maybe Demka could be looked to now that we're in and out of regulation.
Muris is about to walk into three, but no, they're walking into him. He runs away. Hades doesn't see him either, and Hades feels scared proceeding forward. These kills from Muris are game changers. With the kind of time that Monte have, what can they even do to respond? Hades needs to hunt for a kill, and Muris will not be giving him an easy shot at all.
Where do they keep getting these triple kills from? Roman stalling on the A-bomb site. U-Jerks his late ramp hold, and this time it's Muris. He looked like he should have been dead to rights. 3 rounding that corner, but it's a slow creep, and they are just completely caught out.
That's where sAw's veterans will always seemingly have an advantage, where they never really let go of the pedal, even if they think it's a car crash on the other side. Story, however, provide some real stopping power. The smokes are late and they're punished, but at least Demka can do the same to Muris.
And they've got it all. There is no one that can fish for a kill back. It's Roman that's trying to deal with this late Demka lurk.
And now he knows where Demka is as well, but the problem is that just delays him further. It's a 3-on-3 on the site, and that's what matters. Hades closing the distance, looking to take the fights first. The second this utility piece goes out, that should be Hades pushing through. Hades waits. It's Kai to take first contact instead. Hades now gets one for free, and Krasnal does the same. Every member on that lower bomb side getting involved, and Monte, with that same pace you requested, Michael, that's what'll give them their 13th.
And Roman was just trapped in a 1 versus 1 with Demka, and it was just a battle of patience.
U-Jerks.
Do they dare?
With Story as well? I mean, they don't know, but they're about to find out. A rude awakening in store for them. Story good for 1, and U-Jerks is always there for the second. He's even alive for more, so swinging out now might have been necessary. Demka beats him to the chase.
Another double for Demka. 3-on-3 and they've got access to this B bomb site. There is that rotate down though. Roman has made his move and he will be that first port of call while Muterus is trying to reposition, trying to reflank ramp. Roman needed his 1 kill, but Diha ripping it clean off. A great headshot delivered by Star Pole, and it's Demka with a triple. All on the new addition here for sAw to get a clutch back. A 1-on-2 in the last round of this half. And he's playing a patient game, seeing if they might overstep. Has a kit available. There's a smoke still down, but they are nestled in. They are waiting to see if Agil will even dare to tap, but they are giving him nothing. No clean fights, no duels even to be attained. Monte may have just done it. Demka peeking a little early. It's not really planted in a great position for Hades, so he has to swing early, and it's going to be a really tight defuse, but I think Monte have done it. A second round found here on this T side. Agil may find the frags, but he does not win the round. Yeah, weirdly, the win conditions on T side have been strangely similar. Hades forced forward by the Molotov, but also could have taken a path to retreat, just didn't feel safe to do so. And that is as free as it comes. There's 3 that can quick respond into B. Oh, the call here from sAw is fantastic. It's just Demka alone on this A bomb site, and he might have come alive towards the end of that T side, but he needs another big multi. He'll only get 1, and Krasnal as well tried to provide support. It is flustered on these rotates, but Kai has found an answer. Agil the trade, and he'll double up as well. It is a triple from that new addition. I mean, Diao was definitely put on notice last time he was on that CT side. Lost quite a few duels outer. Hades, that 1 flash will take him off the line.
There's lines aplenty from behind it, but he's been missing a few of these shots, and this one, just like it, U-Jerks in the meanwhile does find Diha, but the trade from Krasnal is fantastic. Krasnal was a focal point of the CT side in regulation. Now, if Monte want to find map point before sAw do, he has to be a gain. Recedes back to heaven. Gives Demka a crossfire partner, and in the meanwhile, Hades has picked up the secret angle 1 more time. So they know that sAw should be focused out to upper, but do they really? Now Hades backs off.
Hades even thought about rotating up towards the top side.
He's going to be trapped in over to vent if he doesn't back, and that's exactly what he does. Goes back to the decon stairs. Will be hitting this shot. Muterus down, and Hades being able to reinforce the B bomb site. sAw are walking into a mincemeat machine, but they'll still get the bomb plant.
2 kills from Hades would be more than enough. Demka's there on the rotate, but it's Story close to those double doors. The spam will give up that there is a player nearby. Roman gunned down though. And while I was saying Demka was a little light-hearted, perhaps, in this map, he has come in with real punch in the overtime. And he's even just pushing the issue there to Story, finds the dink, and there will be that trade guaranteed. Monte find 15 first. And it's some nice shooting from Hades as that sole B defender.
And it's not just the shooting as well, it's the fact that they keep that extra access point back towards A in control.
I thought sAw made the right decision. You know, going back towards that B bomb site. Monte were forecasting an A side hit, so without that multi, it's a whole different map, whole different round. U-Jerk so fast remain, but Demka hits his shot. And while there will be responses, Demka is doubled up once again. He's been a multi-fragging machine in OT.
A 2 versus 4 now needed for sAw. This is what gave Monte hope, but it might be what takes it away from sAw. Their own map pick, one they seldom lose. One they thought was in the bag. And now it's Roman and Muterus to remind them why. And Roman's not done yet. He's still hunting for more. He will collect on it. Monte have lost their voices. And not because they've been screaming too hard. Kai needs to deliver, but he's only good for the 1. Diha at the very least elsewhere will find a frag and come back to reinforce, but the Molotov's too deep and a smoke that will even Gordon himself off. Story called to order, but Roman and Agil called down below to the underground. And no, I don't mean the B site. Story's there though, and he's been cut off by a man he didn't expect. Demka from this side means that Monte will not be giving up all momentum, at least not yet.
Yeah, nice quick double rotate down towards the lower side. Hades taking up a long line, but sAw, because they were at that deficit away from the ramp duels, it's when they play a little slower a little staggered where they can especially find Monte when they try and re-aggress in through lobby. It felt like a huge winning condition in regulation.
Gotta be careful, Hades. Flashed up right now. He's trying to move past the smoke, but instead it's Roman to put him down. Roman in the backside. They're trying to accelerate, but watch out for that vent player. He's lost inside the smoke. He can't come through. Hades doesn't know what's going on. He's not able to provide the assistance he needed to. Now finds Muterus backing off, looking for a ramp player. Hades hunting for more. Will collect. He might not be done yet. Still have to be careful about the player in the back of the bomb site. Diha yet to engage. Ujerks thinks he's safe because of that smoke, but Hades certainly thought about going through it. What is going on? They don't know, but they do know that Diha is right up above. And now Diha's caught out as well. Hades all alone. His double kill insufficient. Waits, searches, but he will not find the shot.
But sAw also find 3 openers, only for it to come down to a 2-on-2. It was still a closer shave than it had any business being. No. Hades, a nice opener towards outside. Story trying to take that elevation, but Hades read it.
Hades seeing red right now.
And where there were players aslumber in regulation, there have been different heroes in the OT.
Ujerks, known to wear a cape. But he just hopes he doesn't have to wear a shroud.
Okay,
Roman's got full control over the B bomb site, but there's no way for the bomb to pair up. That's what Krasl was hoping to try and prevent. But with Krasl's demise, how do you stop this? It's all on the shoulders of Diha.
Diha wanted to be able to stop them on the cross. Bomb has to make its way down towards Roman, who has a great position on B. Hades does have a line, though.
This is fantastic from Hades, but Roman's going to be closer than he expected. Will he be able to get the kill? Meanwhile, Diha adds more. Hades shakes his aim. He misses the shot. Diha now can't come through in what he thought would be a man advantage, in what he thought would be a dead Roman. Monte, no choice but to contend, but what do they do it with? Who do they send forward? Demka, blocked off by a smoke that he knows he can't even think about treading through.
You'll have to try a 1-on-3 where they have the double peak set up. It's a triple. Another one from Roman.
Trying to let Diha cross over to Secret all on his lonesome. Fake out and execute towards the A side, but Agil's immovable. He's very comfortably sitting away. Roman, a chance that he will not take to peek. Instead, let Demka and Hades come to him. This is the Roman Empire, and you are seeing it in Katowice.
Krasl will be able to get something back at the least, but it's hard not to say Roman's been the highlight. 2 kills through lobby. Agil takes that space and finds a free one. Ujerks as well, timing good to reface the vents. And Krasl needs to come up big, come up clutch. He finds another head. Still 3 more to find. A kill to Roman, but there is a trade right behind. Roman started screaming at the start of this map, and I don't think he has let his voice rest.
Subscribe to ESL CS right now.
But it's not time for sides, it's time for shots, it's time to try and put up a fight, mount a defense. It's still overtime. You still have a bye. You can still bring it back, that's what Hades is telling them, but Kai turns around, adds another. Muterus thought he was being sneaky. You're trying to hide from me? Agil. At this point, it's about disrupting confidence and disrupting the bomb. It will be down. Ujerks gets another, but at least Monte will prevent tragedy from striking this time.
Yeah, once again, you know, it does really just come down to getting quick opening picks.
This is dangerous. A flashbang could be their undoing, but instead it's the Molotov. Ujerks reveals position. Muterus is the one who actually collects the kill. Hades has not been spotted out, so he's hoping to explore. K as well, looking for feet, and he does see them, but he knows shooting will be giving him nothing. Still, threatens, and Story does more than that. sAw are 3 kills away from the grand finals. They know it, they can taste it, but it wouldn't be the first time a double man advantage has gone wrong for either team.
Kai was giving the play-by-play the whole time of where Story was positioned inside of main. They didn't think that they should fall victim to that, but they do find Roman, and K has kept that player locked into the big garage the whole round. Story knows he can't swing, but K gets overrun, and Demka will also fall into the test of time, and it is the Roman Empire that steps up once again, the veterans delivering the goods. They will take the series against Monte, but it was close shave after close shave from map 1 to map 2.